Cardano is partnering with SingularityNET and with Wolfram Alpha. Who are them? Why Cardano needs them? And how the price of ADA will be affected? Well, all of this I will talk about it in this video, so make sure to watch it until the end. So let's go see what's going on. So yesterday, Charles Hoskinson was just explaining what's going on and what will come on 2021, what will happen with the oracles. So if you see here, he was explaining in all his way with all this, all this writing around and all this stuff that looks very complicated and a lot of information and so much to understand and a lot of technical stuff. Well, that's what he was talking for. I don't know how long was this video. Well, it was not that long, but yeah, yesterday he was talking, explaining, but this video was especially for all the developers that are anxious to start working on the Cardano blockchain, and he was explaining what is coming up on the 2021. We are all excited. So let me prepare here. So what's happening is that he announced that he is partnering with these two very big companies, very big organizations that will bring a lot of good stuff to Cardano. But why? How is that happening? So I will explain you with very simple words, not with all this writing around, with a little bit more graphical design, my way, with very simple words, what's going on and what we have to think for the future. This is not a developer's technical stuff, so I will make it very simple for all of you that are not developers and want to understand what's going on with Cardano and what is coming up on 2021. So yes, Cardano 2021 is exciting news. What's coming is these two big companies, these big organizations that are very, very important players in today's world. This Wolfram Alpha and SingularityNET. So what is Wolfram? If you have an iPhone, if you have a smartphone, you will see that somebody talks to you. Every time you want to ask a question, you want to ask for direction, there is a very beautiful voice that tells you what to do, right? So the computing language behind Siri, that is from Apple, behind Alexa, behind voice, they are all using the same computing language. And this language is the company that made this possible was Wolfram. So yes, the person, well, not really person, that talks to you and give you all the information you need was made with a computing language made by Wolfram. And yes, these programs that you see, all these Siri from Apple, Alexa from Amazon, S-Voice from Samsung, they are all companies, big companies from the S&P 500. And there are other companies also using it, like Microsoft, Google, and the list goes on, that they are using this language to do research, to do analytics and mathematical things and all this stuff. So it's a big deal. They are a big deal in the ecosystem. So yes, there are a lot of companies, big companies working with this, using this computing language nowadays. And that's what Wolfram Alpha is. And the other company, SingularityNET, is the one behind all these artificial intelligence that you see. Like, you might all know Sophia, right? So famous for being so expressive with this emotional intelligence, right? So what they are doing, these people from SingularityNET, they are going farther. No, they don't just want to have robots that are very smart and they are artificial intelligence. Nowadays, all these robots, they work very individually. They are like very good to answer questions, to get some information, but they don't have a relationship with other AI. So what this company is working on is to create an artificial general intelligence, which means that they are looking for ways to these robots to communicate with each other. Yes, this it will be like humans. How we communicate with each other, it will also happen with our lovely robots. I am just imagining these robots gossiping about all these people in the news while they are making super fancy programs, computer programs, and talking about, I don't know, Will Smith and all this, or all these movies. I don't know what will happen in the future, but they will behave very, very very similar to humans. That's what they are trying to do. So they want this artificial intelligence to communicate with each other and also exchange information. So one will talk to the other one will remember all that information, and then will go and share that information with someone else, and all this data will be stored in their brains. So yeah, that's what SingularityNET is working on. So why does Cardano want to work with them? Why Cardano needs them? Why Cardano needs all this artificial intelligence, right? It sounds a little bit scary to me, all this artificial intelligence. I had to be very honest. I don't know where we will go, but it's here already. Let's be part of the group, right? So why Cardano want to work with them? Why is so important this step, this partnership? So it's because the smart contracts that will be in the blockchain of Cardano will get even smarter. How is that possible, right? Well, you will have the SingularityNET, you will have Wolfram, and plus the oracles that Cardano will be creating. They will create a very strong way to analyze information, to gather information, to organize it, and to filter it some way to get to specific answers. So it's a big deal, because the smart contracts right now, if you don't understand very well what the smart contract does, is very limited. Right now, the smart contracts are little programs that run on the blockchain. They just do like a function, like, I don't know if you use Excel still, but I'm kind of geek with the Excel. So when you tell Excel, if this happens, you do this. The same happens with the smart contracts. You have a function in the smart contract, you program it, you have an agreement. If this happens, then this will occur, or this will be activated, or this will be closed, or this will be open. So it's very limited. That's all what the smart contracts do. It's an agreement that say, okay, these two people, and if this happens, then this will happen. That's it. That's it. That's what the smart contracts does. But we all know, that smart contracts are too limited for the real world, right? Our world is very unexpected. We all know that we are all very unexpected. With this pandemic, we are for sure knowing that anything can happen. Everything can vary from one day to another. Everything can change. Everything can be modified. Rules can be different, and things can happen. Things can happen. And that's the problem that we see now with smart contracts. They don't behave according to what can happen. They need much more information to really function, to really create this environment that we want to make in the online world. We need much more smarter, much smarter smart contracts to really work as we want. And that's what will make developers very, very, it limits developers for what they can create, because there are some limitations. They are just like a box. If this happens, then this will happen. That's it. I will explain it to you with an example. Let's say you have an Airbnb, right? An Airbnb, however you pronounce it, I don't care. So the Airbnb, what you have this vacational, beautiful rental property in the Caribbean, let's say. Okay, you have this property in front of the beach, beautiful, you rent it for people to come on vacation, right? So you have this smart contract. Let's imagine you have this smart contract that say, okay, whenever your agreement finish, your vacation contract finish, like you rent it for 1 week. At the end of that week, that specific date, at this specific time, you lock the door, you send the message to the locker in the house, lock the doors, and change the password for the key, right? Awesome. Then you don't have to be there. You don't have to hire nobody to go with the key, change things, and all of that stuff. You can do it automatically. That will be awesome. But it's very strict, right? What happened if something different happened that day? I don't know. Let's say there is a mom with a bunch of kids that is running around late that day, she needs to take all the suitcases out of the house before this time, before noon, because they will lock the door. And suddenly one of the kids in the car say, oh, I want to poop. So the kid ran to the washroom inside the house, and noon comes and everything locked. The kid is inside the house locked. That's a very complicated problem, right? It can get to legal stuff, right? So we don't want that to happen. We don't want this to be so strict. We want to have some variation. I don't know. Maybe not with the kid. Maybe with the flies, with some weather situation that the flights were canceled for a week. Maybe new pandemic. Oh, I hope not. But I don't know. A new lockdown. Who knows? If something happened, the smart contract need to know that information to go to the next step, right? To say, okay, if this happened on this case, then we do this. On this case, we do that. And something like that. So that's what Cardano is trying to fix. And it can happen in any situation, with any kind of contract. I'm just giving you the example with rental properties because, Val and me love rental properties. We have been investing on them for years, so we like to explain things with that. But it can happen with any kind of contract: financial things, government things, medical things, you name it. So Cardano want to make sure that the smart contract will be smarter, right? That it can function in the real world, in the outside world. And this is what is planned for 2021. So the SingularityNET and the Wolfram, they will introduce all this AI, all this analytical part of the artificial intelligence, right? They can filter information, they can gather all the information and see, like, okay, what is really happening here, what is good for, like, what do I need for this contract, and things like that. It's not like when you search in a web search that say, I don't know, the weather in the Caribbean, and then it gives you a bunch of information, and then you had to go and see and analyze and then make a decision, right? And say, okay, it might be a storm in 2 more days, maybe they will cancel the flights, who knows. That's what happened currently with the search engine. You still had to do some work behind. It's not the whole analytical part done. And with the artificial intelligence, that's what I'm not trying to do anything, but that's what they wanna fix. They wanna use like Siri, like Alexa, and all these smart ladies that are behind your phones, that they can filter the information and give you the specific answer to a specific question, right? So that can be used. The oracles that Cardano will be creating are the ones that will gather all the information from the outside world. So they will gather all the information, they will make sure that they had to verify the information that is really true, validated, analyzed. So together these 3 factors will be working together all the time, and back and forwards, and doing all this analytical part, the informational gathering, all this part of the behind the scenes work. So then the smart contract can actually function in the real world. That's what Cardano is trying to do. They are trying to give all the process, the verifying, analyzing, and make sure that smart contracts have all the information when they need it, all of the information, not just one part of it, and have the specific answer to specific questions. So then the smart contract can actually do all their agreements and all the processing of the contract between one person and another. So that's what Cardano is trying to do. That's what is coming in 2021. That's what they were saying for the developers, so developers have more freedom to really create very, very good products for what the new life that we are all seeing now, that everything is online, everything will be with artificial intelligence. And yes, it might look scary, but at the same time it's very useful, because then you don't just have to trust somebody that tells you, yeah, it's true, this is true, let's check it, let's verify it. And that's what artificial intelligence. That's what oracles are doing. That's what Cardano wanna be very strong on. This blockchain wanna be a strong information, I don't know how to say it, gathering information, like something that you can really trust, because we'll have layers and layers of validation and verification and all this stuff. So yes, it's exciting, and I might be too excited from your point of view, but I think with this news that we just saw, with this information, with these partnerships, I think that all of this will bring Cardano to go higher on the 2021. We will see. What I see, that this, if this happen, I don't know, on March they might start, the developers can start working on the blockchain. If that happen, if they continue with what they are promising, there is a lot of potential for what can be done in this blockchain, and that will bring the price of ADA, from my point of view, from Val's point of view, we might reach $5 by the end of 2021. That is like 3,000% from today to next year at the same time. It can happen. It can happen because looks like they are working very hard behind the scenes on really make it a very strong blockchain. And yeah, they might be taking longer, like we said in other videos. Yeah, they are very slow, but as you know, there are things that the Bridge of London, I think they took a lot of time to work under the water to get the bridge done and working properly and strong and ready for all this traffic. I think I heard it somewhere. I don't know if I'm just lying, but you can verify the information when the oracles are ready. But yeah, sometimes things take longer because they want to make it good. And I see that they are working on it. They are getting partners. They are working with very strong companies. And I see that there is a big potential for 2021 for Cardano, the ADA price to go to $5 by the end of 2021. So let me know. Are you agreeing with me or not? Do you think that it's possible? What do you think? Tell me in the comments, and we will continue chatting in the comments. So I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.